In this video, we will cover the basics of REPL-driven development. A REPL, or Read Eval Print Loop, is a standard feature of modern dynamic programming languages such as Python, Ruby, JavaScript, and many others. Historically, it has been an integral part of development in every known dialect of Lisp since 1958. In the scheme dialect of Lisp that is included with our standard Accelerate for Microsoft 365 product, provide two REPLs in which you can experiment with ideas before you commit them to code. Think of a REPL as a place for rapid development of your ideas, and an easy place to test them out live, even as you interact with the Office application in which you are working in your usual way. Here, we are implementing the recursive factorial function and using standard cut and paste operations to evaluate it against a row of integers. The first REPL is built right into the host Office application. You can find the built-in REPL by visiting the Accelerate tab in the Excel ribbon. By default, it's toggled in hidden mode, but by pressing the REPL button, you can toggle to unhide it, and then press it again to hide it. You can adjust how much space the REPL pane takes, or simply toggle visibility as you work. It can get pretty crowded in the Excel interface, especially on lower res machines. Let's take a closer look at the REPL. There are just two buttons for now on the REPL toolbar. One is for resetting the transcript. Sometimes you just want to clean it up. Note, however, it does not reset the runtime, so you lose nothing by clicking this button in terms of the values you have defined. The only way you lose those is if you close the workbook or restart Excel. The second button is to save the transcript. You may want to do this for your own documentation purposes, or it may also be helpful to our tech support if we are helping you with an issue that you're facing. The transcript is where you see a history of your interaction with the runtime. It gives you that immediate feedback loop for which the REPL is famous. And there are some visual cues that will help you understand what you're looking at. Whenever you type an expression in the code editor at the bottom and then type Ctrl-Shift-T, think T as in test, it repeats your input in gray. Anything printed out during execution is blue, and a green prompt followed by the data in blue represents the immediate response value to your input. Anything in red indicates an error condition. You can write functions to experiment with them, and then, when you're satisfied that they work, promote them to a Lambda expression. Our next video will show you how to do that. The second REPL is also accessible from the ribbon, but it can be invoked from the command line if you've added Accelerate's installation directly to your path. Unlike the first REPL, it runs in a separate process from Excel. You'll want to work in the built-in REPL when you need to interact with objects or data in Excel directly, and in the external REPL when experimenting with long-running scripts or working on functionality that can orchestrate automation between Office applications and other applications running on your workstation or network. As a convenience, we also allow you to open a command prompt in Windows Terminal right from the ribbon. This is useful especially for developers to invoke their favorite text editors when working on library code. When you use the ribbon, we place you right in what's called your working directory, a folder we've set aside for you off of your profile or home directory to customize and extend the scheme runtime when you're working in Excel or in external REPL. On my machine, that directory is located at cusersbob.accelerate. Yours will depend on your username on your machine. You'll find that a lot of tools that need to work cross-platform adopt this convention of a dot folder off your home directory. This is something we'll cover in greater depth in future videos. For now, just be aware that your working directory is where you will persist functions you want to use across all your workbooks, and it's easy to integrate into source control tools like Git. It's also where you can install third-party Scheme and custom .NET code. Visual Scheme for Applications is built on top of .NET, which means that your spreadsheets now have scripted access to everything .NET has to offer. So in this video, we've covered what a REPL is used for, how to find and start up either the built-in REPL in Excel or the command line REPL available via Windows Terminal, all of which we got through the Accelerate ribbon. Our next video will walk you through promoting code from the REPL to a Lambda expression, which will persist even if you close the workbook or restart Excel. Until then, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.